In this video we're going to learn how to change backgrounds in Webflow. Now in order to change a background, you simply have to select the item that you want to edit, and you need to scroll down all the way down to backgrounds. Now as you can see, there is a background applied already, but what we can do is to simply click on plus, and we're going to be able to either add an image, which we're going to do right now, and at this point I'm going to click on upload, and I'm going to go to my downloads and add this image which I downloaded from unsplash.com. Now it's going to take a moment, but once the image is loaded, you can see that the background has now been applied. Now there's a few things that you need to keep in mind. The very first one is going to be the add to X. So the moment that you click on it, you can see how the image kind of zooms out, and the reason being is that it's going to display a higher resolution at 2x instead of the default. Now another point which is important is that this image that we just downloaded is quite big. So as you remember from one of the previous videos, in order to shrink and optimize this image, simply go under the assets panel, and if you see it contracted, you can simply expand it by clicking on this icon. And what we want to do is to select the image and then click on compress. Now at this point, this model is going to appear, which is going to prompt us to change the current image to WebP, which is a web-friendly format. And at this point, it's going to take a moment, but you can see how the image is now even quite significantly smaller. My recommendation is, since this image is 7,000 pixels of width, is I would actually resize it to a custom size, which is going to be smaller. So this can be easily achieved by utilizing this size over here, which you can set by custom. So you can reset it, for example, to 3000 pixels. But one of the issues that you are going to encounter is no matter how the size is edited from this custom section, the file size is still going to be big. So one recommendation that I have is to utilize any of your favorite design tools, or even a resizing free tool which you can find online, in order to adjust the image before you upload it in Webflow. Now there's also a few different options when it comes to the size. You can select cover, which is essentially going to adjust the image in a sense where it's going to cover the entire width, or also contain, which as you can see, especially if we get rid of the assets panel, you can see the difference between the two, and this is going to be helpful whenever you're dealing with the positioning and adjustment of the image within the viewport. Now if we go over here, you can also adjust the position of the image. So this is going to be the initial snap point. Where is this going to start? And you can further adjust it by giving it a specific value, which you can find right here. And one thing that you're gonna notice is that since this image is not big enough to cover the entire section of the width, there is going to be this tile applied to it. And what a tile means is that you're going to see the image again tiled up, and you can see what I mean by essentially having this section or option already predefined. You can tile them horizontally and vertically, just horizontally, or just vertically, or no tile at all. And no tile at all, as you can see, it's going to essentially not show the image on the left side in this case. You can also decide if you want the image to be fixed or not fixed, and that will pretty much cover it for the background of the image. You can of course decide to simply have a gradient over here instead of an image, or having a radial gradient or a color, of course.